Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Ooh, that is a pretty snake. Ooh, doggy. That thing is gorgeous. Ooh, what the heck is that? What the heck? What the heck is that? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the vlog and welcome to the BHB incubator room. I've been doing some snake egg cutting videos later, and I thought to myself, because a lot of you guys have asked, like, why do I cut eggs? How do I cut eggs? If you're breeding snakes for the first time and you think, should I cut eggs? I wanted to try to do the best I could do to explain why I do it, the procedures I do in order to cut the eggs, and then kind of see what's in some of these babies. This, of course, is a snake egg that is about to hatch. It's at day 58 in incubation, and with ball pythons, they typically hatch at about 60 days if you incubate them at about 88 or 89 degrees Fahrenheit. So this little bugger here is about to hatch. As a matter of fact, take a look at this right here. This is one of the other eggs that's in this clutch, and sure enough, those little slits right there, that's that baby's egg tooth actually cutting the eggs, which certainly tells you it is time to cut that clutch if you so choose. Now, do you have to cut snake eggs? No, you don't. You can totally let them hatch on their own. Does it help them to hatch to cut them? I think it kind of does. Does it really do that much of a difference? Probably not. In all honesty, cutting eggs a little bit is about satisfying us, if you understand what I mean. You're excited to see what's in those eggs, so you open them up. You do increase the chance of likelihood of hatching. Let's say there's twins in there and maybe they both wouldn't get out if you didn't cut them. Let's say one doesn't have an egg tooth, that helps them get out. All kinds of different issues. With that being said, let's talk about the couple techniques you use to actually cut snake eggs. And the first one that I personally use is a razor blade. You just want a nice, clean, really sharp razor blade. Now, some people have asked, do you ever cut a snake? I have never, in the 20 plus years I've been cutting snake eggs, probably 25 years, I have never actually cut a snake. Because what you do is you want to take it on this level when you're cutting. Let's go ahead and take a look. We'll go ahead and start with this egg because it's already pipped. Again, you can see the slices in it. And what I want to do is I want to take this part of the razor and I want to have it on an angle here, and I'm just barely going into the egg like this, and you can see the angle that I have it on is not hurting that snake whatsoever. Now, this happens to be a pinstripe bred to a pastel champagne, and whoo doggy, look at that animal right there. Wow, that thing is gorgeous. That one there happens to be a pastel champagne, which is basically a pastel, a pinstripe, and a champagne. What a gorgeous animal. And again, you can start to see some of these bubbles that are coming up right here. That's the little baby starting to take breaths, and as they breathe, the albumin starts to bubble up. This one's probably going to be out of the egg within a couple days. Let's go ahead and cut one or two other eggs in this clutch before we move on to the next technique. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have in this egg. And again, you can see I easily pierce that egg. You can see some of the albumin leaking out, and you'll even see a little bit of blood here and there, and that's actually the network of veins. That is not the snake, and it's not harming the animal whatsoever. So I'm just making a nice C cut in here. I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to see what's in here. Oh yeah, okay, you can see right there. That happens to be a champagne ball python. Again, the parents were a pastel champagne bred to a pinstripe. So this is a single gene champagne ball python, and it's absolutely gorgeous. One more egg with this razor blade technique before we move on to the next one. And here we go. Let's see what we have. Again, slightly piercing it. I'm never actually pressing down. I'm never in a situation where I can cut that snake in any way whatsoever, because the snake's going to move around as well. And I'm just going to open it up and I'm going to take a look and see what we have in here. Oh, look at that. That is the exact same as the last clutch. That, again, is a single gene champagne ball python. I mean, they're super cool. When the champagnes first came in, we actually brought the first one in, and it was sold to us as what they called a mint pearl, and then ultimately a couple other people got them out of Africa, and they kind of got renamed to champagnes, which was absolutely incredible, and people really loved them, and they've been popular ever since. Moving on to the next technique, it would be scissors. That's right. A lot of people like to cut their eggs with scissors, and I've done it in the past. It's a really effective technique to cut your eggs, and some people think it's actually even a little safer because you're not cutting down with that razor blade, with people thinking maybe it might actually cut the snake. If you have any concern about the razor blade, use some scissors. Just make sure you get some really sharp, brand new scissors so that they don't have any kind of bacteria or something that you might be spreading into the snake. These happen honestly to be just hair cutting scissors. You can get surgical scissors. You can even get the ones with the little curls on them, so that way when you slide them in. But unfortunately, I went to the store this morning to buy surgical scissors, and apparently it's kind of hard to buy. So I bought the next best thing, which is some really sharp hair cutting scissors. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that technique is. And what people will do is they'll make a little pinch in that egg, because again, those are leathery eggs, and then they just take and they just make a little slice like this. And bam, you can see, now you have a slice right there. You can see that albumin coming out. Then you just take the scissors and you just push up so that you're never cutting the animal, and you just kind of snip around, much like I do with the razor blade, but in this case, we're just doing it with the scissors. And as you can see, I certainly don't have the technique with cutting with scissors that I do with razor blades, because I'm not as used to it. But hey, this can totally work, and then you just lift up and see what's going on in here. Oh my gosh, this is really weird, guys. This is actually just a normal ball python, which the odds are pretty long when you're breeding a pastel champagne to a pinstripe that you're gonna get a normal ball python like this. But it happened, and that's okay. That's just the way it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and give this scissor technique another try. Again, I'm gonna just make a little pinch right here. I'm just gonna slice a little slice right there, and then I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna just cut a circle just like I did the last time. Again, making sure that those scissors are pressed to the top of the egg so that there's no way that the snake can get hurt in any way. And then I'm gonna open it up right there, and ooh doggy, look at that. All right, that's a little bit better than a normal ball python. Not that there's anything wrong with normal ball pythons, but that one right there is definitely another pastel champagne. So it's got all three genes. It's got the pinstripe, it's got the champagne, and it's got the pastel. That is another beautiful snake, and I cannot wait till it hatches. What do you say we give these scissors one more chance, and then we'll move on to the next one? Okay, here we go. Just make that little snip right there. It makes that nice little V that you can get in, and then I'm just gonna go around like this and just cut away like I did the last time. This is definitely a lot more cumbersome to me than cutting the other way, but it all works out. Oh my gosh, what are the odds of that? That's another normal ball python, people. That is absolutely crazy. I got two normals out of this clutch, but that's okay. Again, odds come up, they go down, whatever. I'm gonna go back to the razor blade for the last one in this clutch, and then we'll move on to another technique that I've never done, but I just saw on the internet that I thought was really pretty interesting. All right, this guy's a little tiny egg, so let's see what we have in this last egg of this pastel champagne bred to pinstripe clutch. Oh my gosh, you've gotta be kidding me right now. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's another normal. There were 3 normals out of 7 eggs. And again, I think that the odds of getting a normal out of that breeding is probably at least 1 in 16. So the fact that I got 3 of them is absolutely crazy. That's okay. That's just the way it goes. As you can see, we have lots of eggs. We're going to have some amazing clutch ratios, and we're going to have some that kind of fall a little short. This one wasn't terrible because we got a couple really cool pastel champagnes, but definitely 3 normals was a little bit of a disappointment. But hey, I love normal ball pythons. That's what started my passion for ball pythons to begin with. Let's go ahead and move on to the next technique. So I actually saw this on YouTube, and some good friends of mine from freedombreeder.com were the ones that did it. They would actually take the egg and literally tear it open.
And I also like to rip them, because when you use scissors, you cut a lot of the veins. And I don't really like to cut the veins and have a bloody mess. That's normal.
Now let me just say, Freedom Breeder has been around for a long time. They're highly respected. I personally respect them a tremendous amount. I mean, decades of experience. So it's working for them. It totally seems interesting. I'm totally intrigued with this technique, because what was happening is as he ripped it, he said there was no blood vessels that were being punctured, which I find really interesting. With that being said, I'm not 100% sure that I feel comfortable doing it myself yet. I actually would love to take a trip out there, see them do it, so that I get an idea of how to do it without hurting the animal, because they seem to have a technique that I find very intriguing and could be maybe a better technique than razor or scissors. I'm not 100% sure. With that being said, those are the 3 techniques that I know of cutting eggs. Any of those could possibly work, but I do want to stress to you, if you're cutting your first clutch of eggs, it's best if you can possibly have someone that's already done it and has some experience with you, so that you don't make any mistakes. Remember, you don't need to cut your snake eggs. You don't have to. They're going to hatch completely fine if you don't, but at the same time, it is really cool to cut them and to see what's inside. It's kind of like Christmas morning, you know, opening opening up those presents. With that being said, what do you say we just cut a couple more clutches of eggs like Christmas morning here? So this clutch was actually a pastel female, and it was bred to a pastel kingspin as well as a dragonfly. So we really don't know who the father is until we start to look at the babies, and then we can get an idea of what is going on with this clutch. Okay, the first egg. Oh, you know what this actually does? I was gonna say it's a normal because it kind of looked normal, but after taking a closer look, it's actually a fire ball python. Now a dragonfly is a pastel fire pinstripe, so we know the dragonfly at least fathered one egg. Let's move on. All right, let's see if he fathered the whole clutch and if we get some other stuff. I have no idea what we might get in this clutch. It might be pretty interesting. Let's see what we have. Okay, all right. It looks like another fire ball python. So I'm getting a lot of single gene animals with all these combination animals today, but hey, again, that's the way it goes. I think that there's 5 eggs left, and I think I'm gonna hit some really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and see what we got in the next egg. All right, come on, snake. Odds, gods, give me something good here, please. All right, let's see what we have. Ooh, that's a really pretty animal right there. Look at that. Wow, so clean and so pretty. Now, this wouldn't be the super dragonfly, which would be the super pastel fire pinstripe, but this is a pastel fire pinstripe, the dragonfly. All right, next egg. Let's see what we got. I still would love to get that super dragonfly. Let's see what we got here. Okay, all right. We went the other way with this one a little bit. That's okay. This is actually a fire pinstripe, so it's a double gene animal, both a fire and a pinstripe. I'm still thinking we're going to get this superfly before the end of this clutch, but I'm an optimistic guy. Let's see what we have here. Oh, nope, nope. That actually is another fire ball python, another single gene animal. Today hasn't been great for odds, but that's okay because it could turn on a dime. 2 more eggs left. Come on now. We got to have something amazing in one of these last eggs. I am sure of it. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got here? All right, this might be it. Oh, it looks like this is definitely it here. This looks like it's the super dragonfly, which is a super pastel fire pinstripe. Here we go. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Nice big... Oh, look at that! Oh yeah! Alright, see, this is exactly my point. This is another super dragonfly, a super pastel fire pinstripe. So you see, odds can change tremendously, and look at how gorgeous that animal is going to be when it hatches out. So that's the way it goes. Early on in the clutch it started and we were missing odds like crazy, but then the last 2 eggs hit the odds, so that's the way it goes. Let's go ahead and cut this last ball python clutch. And as you can see here, a couple of these eggs have started to pip out as well. Now this is another dual father clutch. This is actually a pastel bred to a calico pinstripe yellow belly, as well as a Woma lesser pin. So we don't know who the father is. Let's go ahead and start with the egg that's already pipped. And we should get a pretty good idea of who the father is right off the smack, I think. Let's see what we have here. Okay, this looks like a lemon blast. And it's a possible yellow belly. It doesn't look like it's a calico, so we know the calico pinstripe yellow belly was the father of at least the first egg. Let's go ahead and keep on going. You can see this egg pipped out as well, so we'll go ahead and just keep on cutting this one and seeing where we're at. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Ooh, that is a pretty snake. Ooh, doggy, that thing is gorgeous. I'm not 100% sure, but that might be a lemon blast, which is a pastel pinstripe calico yellow belly. Hard to say. It's a beautiful snake. There's a bunch of genes going on. When it hatches out, we'll have a better idea. Definitely a lemon blast yellow belly. Not sure about the calico yet, but that one looks absolutely gorgeous. And then now on to the eggs that weren't already pipped, and we'll go ahead and cut them and see what's inside these little buggers. Hopefully we'll get some really beautiful babies here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, right there. Okay, this happens to just be a pinstripe yellow belly right here. And here we go. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Again, it's like Christmas morning here. Ooh, this one looks pretty. It looks pretty. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Ooh, that thing is gorgeous right there. Again, that's similar to the other one. It's definitely a lemon blast yellow belly. Possibly calico. If it hatches out, I'm going to have a lot better idea, but look at how gorgeous it is. And look at that little nose there. How cute. Okay, let's keep going. All right, 3 more eggs. Let's see what's inside these last ones. Okay. Oh, what the heck is that? What the heck? What the heck is that? I have never seen anything quite like this before. Wow. That's crazy looking. Wow. I'm going to be totally honest with you, I'm not sure what that even is. That doesn't line up to either one of the fathers. That's something totally different. Now, before I get too excited about it, I'm going to be totally honest. Sometimes when you see something really crazy, like a wild pattern and all kinds of crazy stuff, sometimes there can be some deformities. I can't see anything that makes me think it's bad, but we're just going to have to wait. When this hatches out, we either have something brand new that's really, really cool, or we'll have a deformed animal, and sometimes those deformed animals have a bunch of kinks that causes weird patterns and colors. But regardless, that thing is gorgeous. I hope it hatches out good. It's gonna be a long 2 or 3 days waiting for this little monkey to come out. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have in this egg here. Let's see what we got. Let's hope there's something amazing. There's always gonna be something amazing. Oh, doggy, that one right there is crazy. Now that absolutely is a lemon blast calico. Take a look at how crazy cool that animal looks. I cannot wait till it hatches. It's gonna be so amazing. Wow, that one 100% is. The other two, I'm not 100% sure. That one, we nailed it on that one right there. One more egg to go. All right, last egg. You guys know I like to end things on a good note, so let's hope we get some good stuff here. Ooh, yeah, well, that's at least really, really pretty. That to me looks like it's probably a lemon blast yellow belly. I don't really see any calico in that one. It's hard to say for sure, but I don't think there really is. So that basically wraps up today's lesson on cutting eggs. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it. But if you feel comfortable with it, hopefully you see those are the 3 techniques that could possibly be used if you want to ever try it. I think the scissors might be the safest, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I've always used razor blades, but the scissors certainly are a really safe technique, and I can't wait to learn more about that freedom breeder style for sure. Regardless, that's it from the incubator. Let's go ahead and head to the shop. I'm pretty excited actually heading over to the shop, and we're taking a bunch of pictures of stuff like Rick and Morty and Chicken Strip and a bunch of other animals, because we actually have a bunch of big windows that are right on the road for the Reptarium. So these are going to be like really beautiful high-end graphics of some amazing animals that are going to go in the windows kind of as advertisements, so that way when people are driving by they can see some really cool stuff. And my good friend Aaron Jones, who's an amazing photographer, he's actually coming to take these pictures, so off to the shop to do that. Of course, this is my friend Aaron here. He's an amazing photographer, cinematographer, all those other things, and he's definitely taking a picture of Verde over here. And she's definitely going to be something that goes in the window too. Again, we're going to get a bunch of different pictures of a bunch of different animals, and then we'll do kind of a collage type of thing for the front windows, so that way again when people drive by this kind of busy street and see these really beautiful graphics of all these amazing animals and be like, I gotta go check that place out. Even Bowser is getting his day. You're looking so good, Bowser. And let me tell you, carrying him up the stairs and getting him over here, that was a chore. But he is looking amazing.
There you go.
All right, so all the pictures are done for the window display, so we're gonna take some pictures for kind of like banners and other things like that. It's always like just me on the banners, and I wanna make sure that Lori and Noah, and Lori loves taking pictures.
No, I hate it.
She loves taking pictures, she just doesn't want to admit it. So we're gonna go ahead and take Daisy out and get some pictures with her. It should be awesome. And that's a wrap with the photographs. Aaron, thank you so much, dude, as always. I'm going to put his link to his Instagram down below. Go give him some hell over there. He's a great guy. And Aaron was actually my director of photography, fancy word for lead camera guy over in Africa for Brian in the Wild. So he's a good friend of mine, great guy. Show him some love. But that's it for photos. Oh, I forget to keep asking you guys as I'm sitting here in what's going to be the Reptarium, by the way. Cages are going to be up here in a few weeks, hopefully. Heading back down to Dallas to finish them up in about a week, week and a half or so. And then they're going to come up and we're going to start installing. Super excited about that. But regardless, you can see this floor is an epoxy floor right here. You know what I really want to do is I want to put that rubber chip stuff down that's like you see sometimes on playgrounds or something like that. Does anyone out there know anyone that does that? Because I think it would be really good. That way when I let the animals out like Bella or monitors or whatever the case may be, they have something soft to go on instead of a hard floor. Bella hates running in the back of the building. She loves the carpet, but I don't want to do carpet in here. So if anyone knows anyone that does that kind of, you know, rubber chip type stuff that that playground material, please let me know down in the comments. Reach out to me. I'd love to have your help. With that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed this day. I tell you, it was a crazy busy day. A lot of things going on here. I hope that you guys learned about cutting eggs. Cannot wait to show you what's going on with the whole window displays next door. It's going to be absolutely incredible. That's going to happen over the next couple weeks. In the meantime, you guys enjoy your day. Thank you as always for tuning in. You guys mean the world to me, and I do love you guys so much. Can you do me a couple favors before we get out of here? Can you please smash that like button, as well as turn those post notifications on so you know when I upload a video. Also, remember to comment, because I like to read about you guys. Always be kind to someone, and I promise I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.